GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening, Wildwood. Tonight we'll break down Thursday's surf-friendly weather, the county's push for full Garden State Parkway interchanges, and a recall on 5,000 pounds of frozen fish. Traffic is moderate with lane closures today. Over to you, Jake.
Cape May's Harbor House was voted New Jersey's top lobster roll by the State Tourism Board, serving fresh Atlantic lobster on buttery brioche.
The restaurant prepares each roll with locally sourced lobster harvested at 5 Mile Beach, delivering approximately 100 servings daily throughout July and August.
Harbor House offers a weekend tasting menu featuring a lobster roll paired with a citrus-infused craft soda, available Saturday and Sunday evenings from 6 to 9.
Lots to get to tonight, Brooke, but first a quick taste of summer flavors as locals celebrate the lobster roll crown. Let's begin. Here are our top stories. Thursday's forecast brings partly sunny skies, light breezes, and moderate surf for Wildwood, while nearby shore towns see similar conditions and water in the low 70s. Rip currents remain possible. Vince Petrosino has the full story.
Thursday's outlook for Wildwood shows a classic summer mix. NJ 101.5's latest update calls for morning sunshine shifting to scattered clouds by mid-afternoon, with temperatures climbing into the mid-80s. Light onshore breezes will keep the air comfortable, while wind speeds are expected to stay in the low teens. Surf conditions along the boardwalk will range from 2 to 3 feet, with occasional sets reaching 4 feet, making for a moderate ride. Nearby shore towns will see similar patterns, with water temperatures holding steady in the high 60s. The forecast gives beachgoers a clear picture of what to expect as they head out for the day. Lifeguard stations will be fully staffed, and local vendors are expected to open early for sunrise crowds. Vince Petrosino, GMNA News, Wildwood.
County officials are pressing for complete interchanges at 4 Garden State Parkway exits that serve the Wildwood area. The Cape May County Commissioners say the upgrades would smooth traffic flow and provide reliable emergency routes during the busy summer season. Their proposal calls for full access ramps at each of the 4 key exits, replacing the current partial connections that often cause bottlenecks. The plan is part of an ongoing effort to accommodate the millions of visitors who flock to the shore each summer, aiming to cut delays and improve safety for drivers and first responders alike. Officials hope the project will move forward through the next rounds of funding and engineering review, keeping the county's road network ready for the peak travel period. The commissioners are also coordinating with state transportation officials to align the design with broader regional plans.
Cape May City officials announced today an emergency beach policy aimed at easing recent crowd concerns and boosting safety on the waterfront. The new rules push the existing juvenile curfew back to 10 o'clock at night and require that anyone under 18 leave the sand at that hour. In addition, the city has prohibited backpacks on all public beaches, citing the need to keep walkways clear and reduce the risk of concealed items. The measures take effect immediately and will remain in force while officials review the situation. Police and lifeguard teams have been briefed to enforce the curfew and backpack ban, and they will issue citations to violators. Residents and visitors are being asked to comply as the city works to maintain a calm, secure beach environment for families throughout the summer.
The White House Counselor Peter Navarro announced proposed federal fishing rule changes aimed at boosting Cape May Harbor boaters and supporting the local fishing industry. The initiative is slated for rollout this year. Danielle Fior has the full story.
Federal officials unveiled a set of proposed fishing rule changes aimed at easing restrictions for vessels operating out of Cape May Harbor. White House Senior Counselor Peter Navarro told reporters the adjustments are designed to give local boaters more flexibility and to bolster the regional fishing economy. The draft legislation would modify existing limits on catch sizes and gear types, allowing fishermen to target a broader range of species during the upcoming season. Officials say the changes are part of a broader effort to strengthen coastal communities and keep the harbor's fleet competitive. The proposal is slated for review later this year as part of the administration's 2026 fisheries agenda. Danielle Fior, GMNA News, Cape May.
Federal officials have issued an urgent recall on frozen fish products after identifying a serious health risk. The USDA says about 5,000 pounds of frozen fish sold across 8 states, including New Jersey, must be removed from store shelves immediately. Retailers are being instructed to pull any affected inventory and to notify customers who may have purchased the product. The agency warns that consumption could lead to severe adverse health effects, and it is urging shoppers to check packaging for the specific lot codes listed in the alert. Ongoing investigations are tracking distribution channels to ensure the recalled product is fully withdrawn. Consumers who still have the fish in their freezers are advised to discard it without tasting. The recall remains active as officials work to protect public health. Later we'll taste why Cape May's top spot for a lobster roll draws crowds, plus today's surf outlook. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
Welcome back. Cape May has earned a new culinary badge in 2026, as a local eatery was singled out for serving South Jersey's best lobster roll. The restaurant, tucked near the historic promenade, drew praise from a regional food guide that highlighted its buttery roll, generous claw meat, and a drizzle of lemon herb mayo. Visitors from neighboring towns and out-of-state tourists are already adding the spot to their must-eat lists, boosting the town's reputation as a summer food destination. The accolade comes as Cape May continues to market its boardwalk charm and seaside attractions, giving travelers another reason to stop for a bite between beach walks. If you're planning a trip to the Jersey Shore, the recommendation suggests a quick detour to this lobster roll hotspot could be the highlight of your day.
From humble beginnings to a premier regional draw, the Cape May County Zoo has transformed into a top family destination, boosting local tourism and education. Alyssa Kowalczyk has the full story.
Since opening its doors, the Cape May County Zoo has added more than 100 new species, expanded its native habitat exhibits, and introduced interactive play zones that let children explore alongside caretakers. In 2026, the zoo welcomed its 500th school group, a milestone that reflects its growing role as a weekend destination for families across the Mid-Atlantic. Recent upgrades include a climate-controlled aviary, a renovated reptile house, and a new carousel built from reclaimed wood. Visitor surveys show repeat visits rising by nearly 20%, while local hotels report higher occupancy during zoo-focused weekend packages. The facility's budget now allocates a larger share to education programs, offering daily talks and behind-the-scenes tour for kids of all ages. Alyssa Kowalczyk, GMNA News, Cape May.
Health officials have issued a travel warning today after a rare flesh-eating bacterial infection was confirmed in the warm coastal waters of New Jersey and a neighboring state. The advisory, still in effect, cites 7 deaths linked to the pathogen across the 2 states. Swimmers, boaters, and anyone planning water recreation are urged to avoid direct contact with the water until further notice. Officials say the bacteria thrives in elevated temperatures and can cause severe tissue damage within hours of exposure. Local hospitals are on alert, and medical providers are instructed to look for early signs of infection. The warning remains active as authorities continue monitoring water samples and coordinating with regional health agencies to contain the outbreak. Lifeguards have posted warning signs, and several towns are reviewing beach closures while federal health agencies assist with testing in the region.
After 5 long years at the Humane Society of Ocean City, a rescued Labrador named Duke has finally found a permanent home. In August 2026, a local family completed the adoption, bringing the gentle dog to their house in Ocean City, New Jersey. Shelter staff said Duke adjusted quickly, showing his playful side and bonding with the new owners within days. The adoption marks the shelter's latest success story, adding to a recent increase in permanent placements for long-term residents. Officials highlighted the importance of patient care and community support in making such outcomes possible. Duke's new family reported that he is thriving, enjoying daily walks on the boardwalk and settling comfortably into family life. The Humane Society plans to continue its focus on matching shelter dogs with caring homes across the region.
Spider experts have identified 2 New Jersey species that can pose a risk to humans, prompting residents to stay vigilant and recognize key warning signs. Danielle Fior has the full story.
Local health officials warn that 2 spider species found throughout New Jersey can pose a risk to people. Experts say the first species builds irregular webs in dark corners of homes and sheds, and its bite may produce swelling, itching, and, in rare cases, more serious reactions. The second species prefers dry, cluttered areas such as woodpiles and sheds, and its venom can cause muscle cramps and nausea if a bite occurs. Both spiders are shy and only bite when threatened, but residents are urged to wear gloves when handling debris and to keep living spaces tidy. Regular inspections of basements and garages can help spot nests before they become a problem. Danielle Fior, GMNA News, Wildwood.
Let's check the forecast and see how tonight's beach conditions will shape tomorrow's waves.
A tightening high-pressure ridge and a swift northwest jet stream are locking in tonight's clear, sweltering conditions. On this date, the all-time high reached 90 degrees in 2021, a brief spike during a lingering heat wave that pushed several surrounding counties above 100 degrees. The all-time low fell to 54 degrees in 2022, recorded during an unseasonal cold snap that followed a strong Arctic front. By comparison, the climatological average high for mid-August sits around 86 degrees, with an average low near 70 degrees. So today's 88-degree high sits just above normal, while the low of 73 remains comfortably typical. The live radar is a blank canvas across the region. No rain echoes to the north, east, or south. A high-pressure dome aloft is suppressing lift, and the fast northwest jet stream is steering any residual moisture well beyond our horizon. With no echo in sight, the atmosphere will stay dry through the evening and clear out by midnight. I'm now turning to tonight's outlook. At 6 p.m., the sky is mainly clear, temperature 86 degrees, feels like 91, humidity 56%, and a light west wind 10 miles per hour. A high-pressure ridge is strengthening as pressure rises, capping any convection and locking in warm air. The northwest jet stream, blowing at 71 miles per hour aloft, is reinforcing the ridge and preventing any upper-level disturbances from breaking through. With the ridge in place, temperatures will dip only modestly after sunset, falling to 84 degrees by 7 p.m. and reaching a low of 73 around sunrise. UV index remains at 7, and wind will stay below 16 miles per hour. No weather alerts are active. That sets the stage for the upcoming 5-day outlook. Looking ahead, Friday brings a modest high of 82 degrees and a low of 73, with overcast skies and a 25% chance of rain as a weak frontal boundary nudges the ridge. Saturday clears dramatically, offering a bright sky and a high of 81 degrees, low 72, ideal for outdoor plans. Sunday repeats the cloud cover, high 81, low 75, and another 25% rain probability as another shortwave attempts to lift moisture from the lake. Monday reasserts the ridge, delivering a clear day and a warm high of 88 with a low of 77, the warmest night of the period. Tuesday stays mainly clear, cooling to 86 high and 73 low, completing a 5-day stretch of generally mild temperatures and scattered rain chances. That concludes the outlook. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.
We've got traffic updates, a look at Maury's Piers Pig Dog Regatta, and the Phillies' new outfielder for Field of Dreams. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
Two left lanes on New Jersey Avenue are blocked as crews repair a sinkhole, creating moderate delays through the downtown corridor. The blockage forces traffic onto the remaining lane and onto parallel streets, so expect backups extending eastward toward the riverfront. Adding to the congestion, a restripping project continues on New Jersey Avenue, keeping a single lane open in each direction and slowing speeds near the intersection with Oak Street. Meanwhile, Cress Avenue and Park Avenue are each operating with one lane reduced as part of ongoing road work, nudging drivers onto side streets and adding a few minutes to trips between the shopping district and the high school. Aside from these hotspots, most other routes through Wildwood remain clear this afternoon. No transit disruptions have been reported, so buses and the trolley are running on schedule. If you're heading downtown, allow extra time and consider alternate routes such as Main Street or the Coastal Bypass.
Looks like the calendar is quiet today, but stay tuned, there's plenty on the horizon for Wildwood. And now here's Luke with sports. Tonight's sports roundup fires up the Phillies, Eagles, and Flyers storylines. The Phillies have promoted recently acquired outfielder Cameron Misner to the big league roster as the 27th man for Thursday night's Field of Dreams showdown in Iowa against the Minnesota Twins. Misner's addition gives Philadelphia a fresh defensive option and a left-handed bat for the neutral site contest. 11th practice at Jefferson Health Training Complex ended abruptly when a scuffle erupted after a running play, halting the Eagles' camp session. The incident underscores rising tension among players as they vie for roster spots, and coaches will need to restore discipline before the preseason opener. Cornerback Cooper DeJean and safety Quinion Mitchell have been added to the Eagles' latest injury report ahead of the first preseason game against the Ravens. Their status leaves depth chart questions at both corners, forcing the coaching staff to evaluate younger players for potential starting roles. Defensive tackle Jalen Carter joins 5 other Philadelphia players on the NFL Top 100 list, marking the team's 6th representation this year. Carter's high ranking validates the front office's investment in his talent and signals that the Eagles' defensive line will be a cornerstone of their 2026 campaign. With a youthful roster that just broke a 6-year playoff drought, the Flyers are fielding a big question: which player will emerge as the season's biggest surprise? Analysts point to the depth forward group, where a breakout could propel Philadelphia past the conference line. Defenseman David Jiricek, a former 6th overall pick, lands at Philadelphia after a trade with Minnesota. At 22, he brings a fresh start and the hope of becoming a reliable blue liner for the Flyers' young core, adding depth to a rebuilding defense. Stay tuned, Wildwood, for more action as the season unfolds. Thanks, Luke. Maurice Piers on the boardwalk of Wildwood is teaming up with the Greater Wildwood Chamber of Commerce Foundation and Pig Dog Beach Bar to launch the inaugural Pig Dog Regatta and Beach Party. On August 21, 2026, the lazy river at Raging Waters will become a bright runway for 3,000 rubber ducks racing for a cause. After the splash, the evening rolls into live music, fire pits on the sand, and Friday night fireworks, all feeding into local educational programs. It's more than a summer spectacle. It's a reminder that our boardwalk businesses keep the community vibrant and give our kids the resources they deserve. Maurice Piers has been the heart of our seaside summers, and this event proves it again. Stay tuned for savvy back-to-school savings tips and a preview of Best Buy's anniversary sale through August 23 doorbusters, coming up next. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
Welcome back. NerdWallet outlines 5 ways families in New Jersey can trim back to school spending this year, from budgeting to smarter shopping. We'll break down the tips you can use right away. Vince Petrosino has the full story.
Back to school season is in full swing, and families across the nation are tightening their wallets. NerdWallet has just released a list of 5 practical ideas aimed at trimming the cost of supplies, clothing, and textbooks. The guide stresses early budgeting, scouting for sales, and taking advantage of tax-free days that many states, including New Jersey, observe each August. It also encourages parents to compare prices online, consider gently used items, and tap into cashback or coupon apps before checkout. By following the suggestions, households can keep the bill from ballooning as classrooms fill up. The advice comes just as districts finalize supply lists for the upcoming year. Vince Petrosino, GMNA News, Jersey City.
Best Buy's anniversary sale launches today, offering doorbuster specials and exclusive discounts at stores across New Jersey through August 23rd. Shoppers can expect limited time savings as the promotion runs. Danielle Fior has the full story.
Shoppers strolling through the aisles of Best Buy's flagship locations are seeing the anniversary sale in full swing, with doorbuster pricing on televisions, laptops, and kitchen appliances. The promotion runs from August 13th through August 23rd, and every store in the chain, including all New Jersey sites, is stocked with exclusive bundles that won't appear online. In addition to steep discounts, customers can snag limited-time offers on popular smart home devices and gaming consoles, while store associates hand out coupons for extra savings at checkout. The rollout coincides with the lead-up to the holiday shopping season, giving families a chance to lock in lower prices before the rush. Danielle Fior, GMNA News, New Jersey.
Thank you, Wildwood, for joining us on the local sunset. Tonight's highlight was the Cape May Zoo's transformation into a premier family attraction, truly exciting for our community. We appreciate your viewership, and we'll be back tomorrow with more local news and stories you care about.